seconds and you should...
I should see us. Where are things showing down the bottom?
What's that?
The logo showing down the bottom,
right.
so I guess we're doing.
Hang on just a second.
There we are.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Tape is rolling. Do you want this on DVD or on the card too?
We can. It's up to you.
All right. It is.
Okay.
Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Rock Bottom with Rhoda and Dan. I'm Dan.
And I'm Rhoda.
All right. A lot of things have happened since our last show. Now, when I say a lot of things have happened, some things remain the same. All right.
Yeah. That doesn't mean anything's different. It's just different.
Trump is still Trump, and
Trump is still president.
His morons are still morons. But But in all seriousness, a week ago tomorrow, as we record this, a week ago tomorrow, they had their annual White House Correspondents Dinner.
Yes.
And as all of you already know about this, then there was a shooter. All right, so we got to be careful what we call this guy, because we are still a week after this thing, and we don't know if this guy even fired. All right, not
right.
Technically,
there are different reports. Of course, it was filmed. I mean, they had film on it, but like some of the newspapers have slowed it down, and they can't see a flash from his gun, so they don't know. But on the other hand, I think it was Todd Blanche that said that there was a spent cartridge in his shotgun.
Right.
So he might have fired. But they can't tell. They can't. They're having trouble matching the fragment that went to that hit the Secret Service.
Secret Service. So we had a Secret Service guy that got hit. It hit his vest.
Right, and apparently a fragment actually wounded him, but they can't match it to the as of yet they haven't matched it to the assailant. So
right.
So we don't know. We don't know whether he did.
And please don't take us the wrong way. This was a tragic thing. You never, ever, ever. No one has the right to go out and shoot anybody.
No,
okay?
no,
we're not
not
downplaying this
no, we're not.
at all. This is a horrible thing.
And he didn't have weapons with him. He could have caused a lot of damage if he made it in.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I mean, people did their job, and it ended well, as well as it could be.
Yeah.
But this is the third time. This is the third time
that somebody is coming after. And he said that he was after people in the Trump administration, not necessarily the president, but in the administration. So, and the president was definitely there.
Sure.
And in his manifesto, he called Trump a rapist, pedophile. Yeah. So he definitely wasn't a fan.
He absolutely was going after the administration.
Yeah.
And we're not arguing that fact.
No.
Okay.
No.
And luckily, no one was hurt.
Well, except for that Secret Service agency.
But he was in and right out, wasn't he?
Yeah. It was like he was out the next day.
It could have been. This could have been absolutely.
Yeah, considering what could have happened.
But first of all, before we even get into what happened after the fact, all right, this happened at the annual White House Correspondents Dinner. This thing has been going on for eons and eons and eons, and you've got some history about that.
Back in 1921, there was a rumor going around that President Woodrow Wilson's they wanted to start a congressional committee that would start. They wanted to start handpicking which reporters could attend, could attend Woodrow Wilson's press conferences. And so they
similar to what we have now.
Yeah, they didn't want what happens now to happen back then.
Yeah, I mean, because so Wilson, what you're saying is Wilson wanted to handpick his news.
Well, they wanted to have a congressional committee, so apparently they thought that would be. But these committees are made up of mostly people that the president's party puts in. So,
gotcha.
Because usually, at least the first 4 years of a president's term, they're voted in with the people of their own party. So, so yeah, it would have been pretty much that party picking what they wanted to do. And the White House correspondent said, "No, we don't think so. We think you should let us all in, or that
right.
who say we say." Which,
right.
That was the big newspapers and stuff. So I don't know how much better they'd be, but at least they didn't want it to be the one-sided.
Right. So I mean, so the correspondents and back in those days, newspapers wanted to pick their own people.
Yeah.
Who was going to cover the.
So they started the White House. It's a White House Correspondents Association, and let them be the ones to pick who gets to go. And that's the way it's supposed to work now. It's not quite working that way.
Yeah, but we'll go on to that in a few.
Now, of course, at that time, they started having these events, the actual dinner, and then the first time a president attended was in 1924 for Calvin Coolidge, and then a president has attended at least one time during his or her. Well, I was going to say his or her term, but his term.
So far, we haven't had a her.
Yeah, and by the way, this association was started. It consisted of about 50 men. No woman until 1962, and the only reason 1962 allowed women in was Helen Thomas. She pressured President Kennedy and said, I'm going to boycott the event unless women were allowed to attend. And apparently he did, and then women started being allowed.
Back before Helen, very few women got into that business. It was absolutely a good old boys club. And if anyone, and this is off topic, but if anybody ever doubted that it was a good old boys club, read any of Barbara Walters' books or anything. That was
very hard for them to get in.
Very difficult.
Nowadays, it's not a big thing, but I remember the press conferences back in my youth. It was like Helen always got a question, but that was because she was the only woman. She was like, it was always a big thing. Yeah, she got to sit in front and she got a question. But
and you know what, the presidents back then, I don't think Trump would like her today, but the presidents back in those days, now whether that be Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, and all, they might not have liked her questions sometimes, but they respected her.
Well, that used to be the way for all the press corps back then, though. They respected him. The press corps was always supposed to be an adversarial type thing. They were not supposed to be buddies and let's go and have a drink after work type things. They were supposed to be, we're going to hold your feet to the fire people.
Right.
I thought. That's what that was my understanding of it. But
think back to Watergate. I can guarantee the press was not friendly with Nixon.
Yeah.
And they weren't, when you look back, the press was not always friendly. They asked the very tough questions. Yeah. No matter who was sitting in the Oval Office, they asked tough questions. Yeah. Now we have a president that expects these people to lob them softballs, and he'll just hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
That's not how this stuff works because...
Otherwise, he calls you, nowadays, if he doesn't like the question, you're nasty, you're a pig.
Yep.
Well, if you're a woman, you're a pig.
Quiet, Peggy.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
What the hell is that? I
don't know.
For the life of me, I don't understand where we've come.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But if that's the best you can come up with as a retort, then
yeah.
yeah.
Could you imagine Obama calling somebody?
Oh my
Peggy?
God!
Oh
yeah.
My God.
Oh gee,
God.
he would have been impeached the next day, right?
Oh,
It's like,
good Lord. Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, for the last 40, 50 years, it's been more of a roast where they roast the president or his party or whatever. That started in '83. Mark Russell, he was a comedian and he performed and he roasted the current administration and the president, and then the president gave like a self-deprecating speech in 1983.
Okay, so that was during the Reagan years.
Yeah.
Ooh, Reagan had a sense of humor.
Well, it's his speechwriters did, yeah. So anyway, Reagan did, I think, but maybe not Mrs. Reagan. Yeah.
I don't think Nancy had a sense of humor.
No, I don't think she.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, the dinner's official purpose was to award scholarships to deserving people and to honor people that had excellence in White House reporting.
Right.
That was the thing that it was started for. Now, and it used to be, it was basically maybe politicians and reporters.
Right.
And having to do with the White House. Now it's been nicknamed the Nerd Prom. It's got more Hollywood celebrities. They have... It turns into kind of a red carpet type thing where people are,
Yeah, because they always, isn't that is so much in our society. Every year it's got to be a little bit better, a little more classier than last year, and boom, 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 and all of a sudden, they've taken it and turned it into something that it was never meant to be.
Right. Anyway, they you might remember the 2011 White House Correspondents Dinner. Like I said, they started inviting in celebrities and things, and at that one they invited somebody called Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald.
We like to call him Richard.
Richard, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and we nicknamed him Dick. Okay, I get it now. All right, yeah.
Richard Trump.
All
right, so Obama. Now, Obama nailed him.
Yeah. He was part of the Apprentice. He was the Apprentice show.
Yep.
I've never seen it, but apparently it was very popular.
Anyway,
he wanted Obama to show his birth certificate because apparently he deserved to know everything there was to know about Obama.
Because he didn't think that Obama was born in the USA.
Right.
And he wanted to see his birth certificate. And that's the problem with Trump. He will not stop.
No. Even after he saw it, it was like other things, and oh my God, and
the list goes on and on about stupid crap like that.
And apparently, some wise person thought, "Oh, I'm going to invite him. Because he'll be a big thing." Well, and he was. He was a big draw for Obama. I mean, he kind of nailed him.
He absolutely
made fun of
did.
him.
I watched a little clip of that.
Yeah.
I've got to rewatch that later.
Yeah.
He burned him, and Trump just sat there and he was just seething. Oh my God, he was just so pissed.
And apparently Trump was thinking about running for president, like in 2012, and people think that might have been the incentive for him to get out there and start running.
So hey, thanks, Barack.
Yeah, I know. Well, see, that's what you get when you invite celebrities and people like that to the White House dinner. So that's kind of why I'm against the White House Correspondents Dinners. But there are people that are against it. For one thing, they do get money. Like in 2026, they this is what they gathered before the dinner, with the proceeds from the dinner. They got $156,000 to go to for grants for aspiring students.
Journalists, right?
Journalists, aspiring journalists.
Sure.
And they got a matching fund of $1.6 million from universities to do that, which is a lot of money. It is a lot of money.
That is good.
But the thing is, some of these newspapers and networks, and they make money. So $156,000. They can't come up with that on their own without having this dinner, without hobnobbing together.
Sure.
I mean, it's turned into, like I said, a prom, and not everybody is allowed to come to it. Well, nowadays, though, the social media people are coming to it.
Oh, sure.
And they have their own.
Well, let's face it. A lot of these social media outlets have a hell of a lot better audience than the networks.
Right.
You know.
And they're pretty much ignoring the White House Correspondents Association's picks of who gets to either they're ignoring it or they're making them bow down to the White House of who gets to go to their little daily
daily press conferences?
Yeah, right. Yes.
Oh, right. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. It's mostly some of the things is it gets people, it introduces new people to the power brokers, you know.
Oh, right.
It gets them up there. They get to hobnob with people and make connections and network. And then it serves, the White House Correspondents Association says it serves the office of a presidency, the office, not Trump,
right?
Not an individual, but like it
shows
that they're serving the office of the presidency, not a specific person. Yes,
right.
And then it serves as a counter narrative to fake news, you know, because here these are the people that you should take serious and
right.
That type of thing. But sometimes some people say, hey, we're supposed to be adversaries. We're supposed to not just be buddy-buddy with them. We're supposed to be keeping their toes to the fire, you know.
Right.
And it they kind of retreated from being a watchdog. It's like becoming one of the good old boys type of things, you know.
I argue that they're not the watchdogs anymore.
Yeah.
I would argue that the White House correspondents are not holding his feet to the fire.
Yeah. They're not. They don't. Well, and it could be the way they have them. It's set up now, but they never ask follow-up questions. They take exactly what they say, and that's it.
And that's it.
They don't question it. They don't. They just.
If any of you out there want to see what real reporting is supposed to be, go back many years on YouTube. I'm sure it's there.
Yeah.
Watch Sam Donaldson.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very good.
Watch Dan Rather. These guys, and by all means, watch for Helen.
Helen Thomas. Yeah.
Because she was wonderful, and she worked her way up to the front row.
Yeah. It seems like they had to really work for it to get up there, not be somebody's buddy, and not be our preferred network that we want up there,
right,
front and center.
Right. But nowadays that's not how they do it.
Yep. And they also, the people that are against this White House dinner, it's like, okay, you're going to have dinner with somebody who threatens you, somebody who calls you a pig, somebody who talks shit about you as a fake news, and you're going to go and be buddy with somebody who treats you that way.
Let's go to make our point on that. Let's go back to when he first ran against Hillary. All right, this didn't just start a couple of years ago.
Right.
This started 10 years ago, 11 years ago now probably. But at all of his little rallies, he would pen all of the news crews up.
Yep.
All right, they would all be in pens. Now he's not the first one to do that. All right. Now I went to one time and I never got close. All right, when I worked at the radio station, Reagan came to town, and it was at the airport, and we got there late, so we ended up going way in the back or whatever. But the crew, the news people, were in this area.
Yeah.
All right. But at any rate, this guy, and I'm talking about Trump, from day one would make fun of them, turn his entire
crowd, or
well, I'll call them supporters.
Okay.
Against him.
Yeah.
Against them.
Yeah.
This is the enemy.
Yeah.
This is the enemy up here. And of course they started booing.
Yep.
Booing.
Yeah.
He knows how to get these people riled up.
Yeah.
He knows how to get them riled up. And he does that every single time.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't understand.
Well, and this time, if it had all gone as they planned, they didn't have a comedian. He was not going to get roasted.
Right.
They had a mentalist. They made it so he didn't have to listen to somebody roasting him. He got to give a speech, and he got to leave as soon as it was over. That was the plan.
But he was going to roast them.
Oh yeah, he was
going to roast them.
His press secretary now. Let me get this straight. They're mad at Jimmy Kimmel because 2 days before, on a Thursday night, he told a joke about like if he was hosting the White House Correspondents. Yes, and he talked about, and there's Melania with the, and I'm not going to say because apparently that's threatening the president's life. But apparently he's made a joke about
everybody heard the joke.
Yeah, and the joke pretty much was just saying he's a lot older than she is, and statistically he'll probably pass before she does. That's just basically what it was saying.
Right.
And
It's 40 years difference.
Well, yeah. So now I don't know where I was going with this, but anyway.
And you were gonna say his press secretary before.
Yes. The press secretary beforehand said he's going to take some shots. Well, what's the difference? I mean,
shots
then
will be fired.
Shots will be fired. Yes, and they blamed Jimmy Kimmel for breaking, doing all this stuff. But she's the one that said something about shots. It's like, and she was right. The shots were fired.
And we will. That's another show. The Jimmy Kimmel thing.
Yeah.
That whole thing again, that's going to be another show.
Yeah.
Because that, my friends, again, is bullshit.
Yeah.
But at any rate.
Yeah. So anyway, this is where it led up to the whole thing. The hotel it's held in, they had, I can't remember, I think it was in the thousands, 1,000 anyway, of people there, which would have been more than his
2,000 or
new ballroom
3,000 is from what I'm gathering. 2,000 or 3,000 people
in this ballroom of the Washington Hilton. It was officially closed to the public. It was restricted access to guests of the hotel and ticket holders. And I can't remember the guy's name. the shooter anyway came in. He registered as a guest.
I think that'd be the alleged shooter.
The alleged shooter. I'm sorry, the alleged shooter. Cole Thomas Allen. He was a registered guest,
Right.
and he went up. He walked down from his floor, and anyway got into the level of the ballroom.
The main level, and then he ran across.
Oh, 2,300 guests. They said approximately. Yeah. He sprinted past the security checkpoint where the Secret Service agencies were actually disassembling the metal detectors because everybody was in that was going to be in.
Right.
And the president was already seated. They said, and again, it's being it's a controversy.
Yeah.
It's that he actually shot, but he was shot at apparently, and he had knives. He had a long gun, and
he absolutely had intent. All right.
Yeah.
Whether or not his gun ever went off,
Yeah.
who knows? But he had he had the intent. All right. There's no doubt that he had the intent, and
But he never breached where the reporters and the president and politicians were at. They were scared, of course. They heard gunshots going out, and the Secret Service came in with their guns pointed at the audience, and everybody was on the ground, and I'm sure they were scared.
I'm not sure how many feet it was, but I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have wanted to be in the back row.
No.
I wouldn't have wanted to be in the cheap seats.
No.
But
So they postponed it. They were going to try to have it, and then they decided no. And then President Trump gave the speech from the White House, and anyway, they're talking about postponing it. And in his speech, he said that this is why we need a ballroom. So,
absolutely.
Yes,
and so what we're going to do is we're going to make this a two-parter. Okay. We're going to make this a two-parter because. That's when the other controversy begins. Because after this, that night, Trump goes on and he's trying to make the argument for his ballroom.
Yeah.
All right. And so then all of a sudden, the next day, some of the people on the right said,
perfect.
We need to pay for this.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, because before we get into that, because that could be another half hour.
Yeah.
That could be another half hour. Do you have anything, do you want to add as far as
No, not as far as that goes.
Dinner?
Nope, I'm good. I'm good.
Because that's another story. Because now now we've got issues as far as with this ballroom.
I will say that 250 current and former correspondents had signed a letter saying, "Don't do this anymore." Because
really?
Yeah, because they just did not think it was a good idea.
Because they thought it was unsafe, or they thought that it outlived its usefulness.
They argued that the hosting a leader who threatens broadcast licenses and normalizes constitutional violations probably was against their mandate. Probably,
Sure.
So they just figured that
that is probably
that's not a good
well,
thing.
Nelson, I mean, let's face it. He came to do this one time, and that was this year. He came to do it one time.
Yeah.
And his rules was that you're not going to roast me because I don't do roast.
Right.
I mean, I can roast you. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I can slam you. I can call you names.
Yeah.
All right. But you can't do that to me.
You can't answer back to me. No.
Right.
No.
So here's the rule. I'm going to go eat your food.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't roast me, and we'll have some guy do whatever.
Yeah.
And then I will give a nice speech, and I'm going to roast all of you and put you all in your place because that's what I do.
Right.
And then I'm going to leave.
Yes. Yeah.
Because everything's got to be on his terms. To which we need to remember, this has never been a White House deal. This has always been the correspondence deal.
They've had it in the Hilton Hotel for years, and I don't know if they've always had it there, but it's like
Absolutely.
yeah.
So when these people signed that petition, they were absolutely right, because this was never his thing.
It was always about the press.
Absolutely.
It was always their show, and
Yeah. So when we do part 2 of this, we're going to get into that, because we'll get into the ballroom. We'll get into how it's none of his business, because that all goes into the same thing.
Right.
We'll also touch on that Jimmy Kimmel thing and how they were going to try to pull ABC's license.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right,
Yeah.
so we'll do that on the next show. Thank you all very much for watching. We certainly appreciate it. Also, like us.
Oh yes.
If tolerate us, okay?
Right.
You may not like us.
And keep watching us, because we'll grow on you.
Oh yeah, well I doubt it, but who knows?
Yeah.
But at any rate, thanks for watching.
Thanks. Okay, I'm going to take her for a walk.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's
Yeah.
probably what she wants.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I'll take my mic with me. So.
All right, I need to stop this.
I got to stop it.